What's good, YouTube? What up, boys? We're going to talk about Bitcoin today and get a little price update on what the market is actually doing and if we're going to break the key resistance level in the next couple days here. So, I'm just waiting to set up the stream here, so please be patient for me. Please be patient. We've got to wait for some people to come in here, so if you're watching this, just be ready. We'll discuss Bitcoin very quickly. I'll be going over what I think is happening and what's going on in the community. Hey, what's up, guys? So we're going to discuss Bitcoin, we're going to discuss the overall market trend and what's going on with a few other cryptocurrencies. I want to give you guys a live update just because the markets are volatile. They're getting very interesting to watch. So please be prepared for some major action this coming week. We're going to have a lot of stuff going on, not just in the cryptocurrency markets, but the stock market as well. So let's view, Bitcoin. Let's go over Bitcoin. We have some more people coming in, so I want to get right to it. It's going to be a short, sweet update, and we're going to go over some factors at play today. And, what's up, Oliver? And what I believe is going to happen. And, obviously, most of you guys who are here are viewers who come here on a consistent basis. And I was saying, I'm thinking we're in the Elliott wave pattern. The Elliott wave theory. If you guys are not aware of it, it's basically a wave pattern that predicts, it's a theory made by, a guy with last name Elliott. I don't know his full name, but anyway, it's basically a market theory that, stock market or any other market moves in a general five-wave pattern. Obviously it's a major five-wave pattern with waves in the middle of them that consists of the five waves themselves. So you can see, Bitcoin is obviously in the grand scheme of things could be in a huge wave here, a huge five-wave pattern in the long-term perspective, as you can see here. And then this could have been, obviously maybe wave number 2 pullback, yada yada. But we'll go over the short-term perspective here. So as you guys know, I was showcasing you guys this first wave right here. This is the first five-wave pattern, and this is overall the third correction. And then we could have another push back up for the the five-wave pattern. But basically, I want to keep it short and sweet for you guys. Listen here. So we had the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we had the A, B, C correction. It's even clearer on the weekly. If we go here, and you could see we have that big correction down here, push back up. That's B right here. See, that's B. We go sideways for a bit, and then boom, drop right back down. And then we have a nice dip here near about 5,900 doji. That's a doji reversal candle. And now we're pushing up to this major resistance point right here at about 11,500. Now we did touch, 11.7 a few days, a week ago. But that really is not a big, indicator of where we're going. I think today is going to be, and then today and the next 2 days are going to be very, very, what's up, Apollotron? Are going to be very big indicators on where Bitcoin's going. And right now we're looking very bullish. Obviously the lack of volume isn't, too great, but the way the price is pushing up slowly but surely, and we're, obviously moving in the Elliott wave pattern. As you can see, this is literally, I've had this marked if you watch the other live streams. It's literally playing this out to a T. That's C corrective pattern, and then we have 1 push up, 2 pull down, almost like literally perfectly. I really don't know what to say about this. It's legit almost perfect. We have 2 pullback, and then this third wave is going to be explosive, breaking the high, putting us in a long-term, ascending triangle, as a matter of fact. And we're already in the ascending triangle itself. If we look over here, I have this plotted out. You can see it looks very clear at what we're doing. And as I was saying in the last live stream, guys, sorry, my mouse sucks. So, 1 second. Come on, mouse. There we go. Okay, I'll go over LTC in a second here, man. But, the heck? My mouse is messing up. You can see a connection loss. Come on. Okay, anyway. Uh, 1 second, guys. Some mouse malfunctions. Good thing I have a backup mouse. Give me a minute here. Sorry, my mouse, I have an Apple mouse and it sucks when it runs out of battery, so I'm plugging in my regular mouse. Okay, so let's get back to it. Yes, it's nearly identical, but you can see we're in an ascending triangle. For you people who are not familiar with an ascending triangle, that's all right. I just really suggest for you guys to research markets, learn these patterns, because these are very important for your long-term success in the markets. Learning how to read candles, learning how to evaluate price based on fundamental analysis, technical analysis, as well as overall market conditions. So this is what we're seeing here as well, and you could see it. Sorry, man. I'm just excited for what's going on. So you could see we're forming somewhat of an ascending triangle here. We come down and we're pushing back up. Obviously, we're not coming from a breakout, but we're pushing back up, and we're looking to push that $1,200 price point. Now, what I'm seeing is a lot of people are moving from altcoins to Bitcoin, and we can obviously see that, and it's fairly simple. Fairly simple analysis here. So what we're gonna do to the coin market cap, and we'll look here, and I have a few price indicator, price callouts I want to make clear to you guys on a few other altcoins. So be ready for that. So basically, what I'm seeing is, obviously the top 5 coins are staying primarily consistent with market value, besides Bitcoin increasing. But what we're seeing is market cap is staying roughly the same, and I'm gonna show you guys that. But Bitcoin dominance is gaining strength, which is what I was predicting to happen. The shitcoins dying, the altcoins, all the shit altcoins are dying, and the good cryptos are staying strong. So as you can see, if we look back to about a month time, you can see Bitcoin is progressively gaining strength over the others. You could see Litecoin is gaining, Ethereum is starting to gain, and others are losing strength. If we go back even 3 months, you could see, Bitcoin, after Bitcoin loses some dominance, people start buying Ethereum, but all the others right here, about 25% was, big time market dominance, and we start losing, the shitcoins start losing capitalization, which is what I think should happen. And you can see here, Alessio Rastani just commented on my post I had. This is a good trader. I highly suggest you follow this guy. He knows what he's talking about. I follow him as well. Very good trader, Alessio Rastani. I like to look at other traders just because I like to see what they're thinking as well. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. And a lot of these good traders are thinking the same way I'm thinking, that we are obviously we had a correction, a nice correction, and now we're pushing up, and we are in this market. Elliott wave theory market analysis is proving true, and I think we're pushing up here, especially with this candle we made that's almost going red to green. If we go green on this candle, which will be completed in the next 3 hours and 15 minutes, this is going to be crazy. We might get a breakout into Monday, which would be great. But basically, we're performing that inverse head and shoulders that a lot of people weren't talking about on the 4-hour chart. But I was talking about this a few weeks ago. You can see inverse. There's a head shoulder. There's a shoulder. There's the head. This is a very, very strong pattern moving into ascending triangle, as well as the Elliott wave theory, as well as the RSI pushing almost into the overbought section. As you can see, Bitcoin tends to spike when it's overbought. Obviously, all these indicators, as well as overall volume being much consistent, and long-term growth of Bitcoin is looking very strong, and we're gonna start to see more money come into the market. Now I want to push to you guys a quick little theory of what I'm thinking is, you got all this FUD news coming out, all this, and I'm thinking here we had a lot of big players buy in, big banks, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs. Obviously, they're not publicly traded to buy these companies, or allowed to buy these companies, but I think they're still involved in the whole process, as well as, it's not like they're not allowed to buy these cryptocurrencies. But I'm thinking all these big banks were buying in here, a lot of taking advantage of these discounts, and we're pushing up, and that's why we're seeing Bitcoin still push up with low volume, because we have a lot of sellers here, which could be these big institutional investors holding it down to buy in at low prices before Bitcoin really rallies. Because you could see all these orders just will disappear soon, and Bitcoin will still push up. And that's why you shouldn't be scared of these large orders. But anyway, that's Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin's looking very strong. If you guys been following the channel, as most of you have, you've been warned. I mean, not warned. You've been told that this is great. Like we're getting very bullish, and I was looking. I was even looking here for a potential buy. That didn't work out, and I did cut losses. I made money here, but I did cut losses, and I bought down here. I waited for the dip. I got the confirmation on the bull flag, and I bought in, and you guys know that. Now, I hope you guys are holding. It's looking very good, and we're going to progress into other cryptocurrencies. So, Ether looking very good. I'm seeing somewhat of a similar pattern we had here. Once we had that huge pop here in June, and you could tell that cryptocurrencies run in cycles. We had that consolidation period, and I think we're having this type of period on a shorter time frame from here. And I think we're gonna push up here because it's looking very bullish on Ethereum. We'll start if we push past 880, we should be pushing up to the 900 area. Progressively pushing into the $1,000 range on Ethereum. Obviously, I'm telling you guys, the shit coins are dying, and the real cryptocurrencies are holding up very well. Now you can see we could draw an ascending triangle as well on Ethereum, and it's fairly simple. You draw that horizontal line off the top, and you can see we have a rising trend line off the bodies of the not the cryptocurrencies, but the candlesticks. Pushing for an ascending triangle. Excuse me, that looks better. Okay, so you can see that, and that's where the breakout started. So boom, we're pushing up here, and Bitcoin's doing obviously the same thing as well. So Ethereum looking very strong. Volume is still relatively low, which while prices are increasing, that gives us a better sign that people are holding their cryptocurrencies and not selling them, which is very good. And this is all on a logarithmic scale. Keep that in mind. We're looking very bullish on Ethereum. Obviously on the linear scale, it doesn't look as good, but if you look on a logarithmic scale, we're looking very strong on Ethereum with a lot of good consolidation here. Looking for a price movement. Just keep in mind, if Bitcoin breaks out, Ethereum will break out a bit, obviously following Bitcoin, but it will start to break out after Bitcoin starts to consolidate. That's a trend I start to notice, and I'm looking for Ethereum to push back up into the $100 billion market cap. Now, one thing that I think is very overvalued is Litecoin. Why? Because Litecoin has a lot of use cases. It is basically Bitcoin 2.0 in a sense, if you guys aren't familiar. Now, I'm no cryptocurrency genius. I'm not super into the tech. I know how the whole fundamental analysis, I know how cryptocurrency works, but you don't need to be some crazy guru and know the ins and outs of cryptocurrency. You have to know how it functions, the primary use cases, and how the technology works, and how supply and demand, all that works. So basically, what I like about Litecoin is it wants to do exactly what Bitcoin does. Obviously, Bitcoin is more of an investment, but I feel like Litecoin is an investment as well as has a lot of use cases in spending with the LitePay. So what I'm seeing here is the same type of pattern. Litecoin is holding, consolidating very well. This is very good action. RSI looks steady, and we want to push back up into this 60 to 70 area, even getting overbought for a breakout back into the 300s. And you can see somewhat of the same pattern here. Sideways action, push back up. Obviously following Bitcoin, and this tends to follow Bitcoin more than Ethereum does, just because it's like Bitcoin 2.0, and I think Litecoin is very, very undervalued, in my opinion, for its use cases, being used as an actual currency, Bitcoin being used as an investment, route, form of investment, with, like as gold, with Litecoin actually being used as a primary use of expenditure, it being lower, and a little less undervalued compared to even Bitcoin Cash, which is trash. And I didn't mean to rhyme there, but for real, Litecoin is looking very good. Now, I want to also give warning alerts on Ripple and Stellar gaining strength. Ripple and Stellar are doing very well in the last hour or two. I mean, not last 24 hours, just based off this news that came out about Ripple. I could pull it up here, right here. So Ripple is going live, and I'm going to do a video separately about this, and I will actually have the video on my channel, showcasing this. They're going live on, what's today? March 5th. So March 5th, CoinBase will be implementing a 3-month, and will begin a 3-month implementation for additional 500 new personnel, and they'll be going on fast money with the COO of Coinbase and the CEO of Brad Garlinghouse. You guys know I post his videos. I do believe in Ripple. I love it. And I'm thinking it's going to get some hype and push back up. You can see Ripple consolidated very well, and we're seeing short-term consolidation probably for a push back up into the dollars. I do own some Ripple, so I will be investing in that as well. I'm looking to move some money back into Ripple from Ethereum, just because I could see Ripple, potentially testing that $1.20, $1.30 area, especially if Coinbase is, in the works. So we'll see RSI is very low, looking very strong, and push back into the 60 RSI section should put us around about $1.30. So Ripple, XLM, these are good currencies with strong use cases, and like I say time and time again, you want to be investing into cryptocurrencies that have use cases, and you can see this is flagging. It's a perfect flag here. I can even see it without even charting it out. But basically, the main thing cryptocurrencies are used for are currencies in themselves. You want to be able to spend this. You want use cases, for the currency you're investing in, and investing in some privacy coin or Tron or some speculative coin that has really no use case for a physical currency is honestly just retarded in my opinion. Cryptocurrency is still a revolutionary, new type of market, but investing in coins with strong use cases, popularity are all, pretty basic things you should be looking for when investing in any type of currency. Now, as you can see, Bitcoin is going red to green as we speak. We're pushing up just in time, 3 more hours till the close of this market day, which is great. As I was saying, I was giving you guys warnings, saying that, this is a dip buy. I was looking for the dip buy, and I did buy it. I do have orders here. Now, the one thing I really regret not doing is actually holding some BTC. My original plan was to go into BTC, Ethereum, and Litecoin. I had that set up, but then I scaled out and I went Ethereum and Litecoin. I don't know why, but hey, whatever. I'm still holding my Ether and Litecoin in my CoinBase, so it's looking good. And you can't regret your decisions. You obviously learn from them and progress forward. And as you can see, we're pushing up. Litecoin to $500 is not out of the realm of possibilities, sir. You can see Ethereum starting to push up here. We're having more buys. And we're having more buys on Litecoin. So it's looking very strong. But yeah, the one thing I do wish I stayed a little consistent with was my plan of holding Ether, Litecoin, and Bitcoin. Because I'm just holding Bitcoin and Litecoin or Ethereum and Litecoin right now. When I wish I had some Bitcoin just to be able to profit when Bitcoin goes up and Ether and Litecoin stay stagnant. But as you can see, we're going from a hammer, now into a doji pattern, which is beautiful. You guys are seeing this live on TradingView. If we push that 450 mark, we are more than likely about to push $500. Everything is pushing towards Bitcoin's success here. All the EMAs are pushing up. And you can see these walls are getting chewed through with more buyers coming in the market. We have a huge wall of support there at 343 buyers, and we're pushing through. Like my analysis and my theory is proving, is these are not real sellers. These are just sellers here to be used as kind of not a hoax, but a stage to drive fear into people. While they're actually buying, the big people with a lot of money are buying in, and that's what I'm seeing happening. I was buying here. You can see, I was buying Bitcoin at 8,400, and I wish I did hold a little bit there. That was happening 25 days ago, but I kept my Ether and Litecoin, which obviously are still holding relative to the market movements. Litecoin would have been the more prominent investment. I did have 7 Litecoin right here at one point that I diversified into Ether, and I was buying Litecoin at $140 here, and I still have that Litecoin just about 3.5. But yeah, Litecoin would have been the prominent one. I'd have turned that $1,000 into about $1,700 at this point. Now it's sitting about $1,300, $1,400 around there, which is not bad. I'm not complaining. But obviously just live and learn from the lessons you make and learn from my mistakes. You can see I have about $1,466. Obviously, I got these. These are just my Bitcoin. These are from Binance. I moved these in. So roughly, I'm sitting around about 1,250, 13. So up 25% off that original $1,000. and then money moved from my Binance into Coinbase. But basically, I do wish I did have more Bitcoin, just because Bitcoin does move, more prominently, since it is the overall market faster than Litecoin and Ethereum. And you could see Bitcoin just went green. This is big time news, guys. You saw this live. Bitcoin just went green. This is very, 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 very strong. And once this candle turns green on GDX, we should see a push to $11,500. It's not rocket science. I'm still concerned about the last resistance. Not long ago. I understand that, but we could see the market is gaining strength. And it's gaining strength because people are getting out of the shit coins back into Bitcoin. That's a very strong sign. We'll start to see more market participants enter the market once we break this $12,000 resistance, and we should more than likely extend out past 20,000. Why? And I want to clear this up for anybody who's new into investing or currency, which a lot of people jumped into crypto. I'm still roughly, I would say, an intermediate investor. I've been trading for about a year. I had some successes and failures, obviously, like anyone else. But I dove deep into the stock market. I took hits. I lost money, and that's how I learned. That's how I always fall, fail, and get back up. So the one thing I really want to push to you guys is don't discount Bitcoin, Ether, or Litecoin just because they're expensive in relative terms. You have to obviously put into consideration the scale of the global monetary supply as a whole, the banks that are involved in it. Let's just take a look. JP Morgan's market cap. Okay, let's put that into consideration. JP Morgan's overall market cap and total assets is, let's see, they're worth, so JP Morgan, handler of money, is worth $388 billion, worth more than Bitcoin themselves. And these are just the people who handle your money. Now we go to Bank of America. They're worth about $324 billion, okay. And then we go to Citigroup. They're probably worth a bit more, actually a little less, so $189 billion. Wells Fargo, worth, $280 billion. Goldman Sachs, worth about $100 billion. Morgan Stanley, worth about $100 billion. American, AIG, worth about $50 billion, and the list goes on. American Express, worth about $82 billion. The list goes on. Now, these are companies who just deal in the handling of money. Money moving in and out of people's pockets, making interest off money. Then we take into consideration the global, currency scale of how much U.S. dollars out there, how much euro, how much, yen, every other currency in the world, how much is out there. And then we take that, it's roughly, okay, so we just calculated that all the banks in America are worth about $1 trillion, okay? All these huge banks, and cryptocurrency is worth about $500 billion, and Bitcoin's worth about $200 billion. Now, if we grow on a global scale and we add in how much the banks across the entire world are worth, we're looking about probably 30 to 40 trillion, just a very broad estimation. The people who make money off currency itself. America, our banks are worth about 1.5 trillion, so probably about 15 trillion, 20 trillion dollars, just people who are making money off banks. Yeah, I know. So basically what I'm seeing is that people are realizing that Bitcoin cryptocurrency is worth more than what they actually think it is. Ripple, XLM, very undervalued for use cases, and people will wake up and realize that there is money to be made in these markets. Also taking the fact into consideration that gold is a $5 trillion market. Cryptocurrency is obviously a better version of gold, in my opinion. And we're seeing this. We're seeing this. And we're going to see the push to $1 trillion market cap very shortly, I think, within the next 5 to 6 months. Obviously, my Ripple price prediction is coming true. I try to stay as not narrow-minded. What I try to stay is I'm trying to think of the word. I try to stay on the same path. When I speak about something, it's wrong to look at market caps. A lot of leverage. I mean, the leverage is the amount of money they can borrow. It's not how much they're actually worth. You know what I mean? But the thing I want to really push to you guys is I try to stay, concise to my opinion. I try to stay. When I have an opinion, I don't change it after the market moves, and you guys should know that. And the next thing I want to also say is you also have to look at every perspective. You have to look from different points of the island and look basically making a decision. If you made this decision, what you want to know what exactly can go wrong. And when I say that is you have to use the scientific method, and it sounds weird. You're using it for investing, but it's true because all you're doing is looking at signs, which are candlesticks. You're looking at fundamental analysis. You're looking at technical analysis. All this stuff, which are signs for further market movements. And you make a scientific use the scientific method to formulate a hypothesis. Obviously use your observations and obviously prove your thesis right. Consistent, yeah, Oliver. Anyway. Basically, what I'm trying to say is people are going to wake up. They're going to see what the hell cryptocurrency is about. This is no game. This is no joke. It's real deal business. Obviously, I wish I invested a long time ago. I saw cryptocurrency here in May. I knew about it a long time ago with friends buying, drugs off the dark web. But here, that's why I saw cryptocurrency. I decided to just give up on it just because CoinBase was taking forever to approve my account. Anyway. I bought in up here on Ripple, made a ton of money, sold right here, and you bought back right here. And we are pushing up for $11,500, which is going to be a key place to break. Like I was saying, that is going to be very key. We have a lot of Bitcoin for sale there, and we're going green. This is very positive price movement, but I do want to let you guys know this was all easy to see. I hope you guys didn't panic. I hope people really took advantage of this and the opportunity is still there to profit. Now, if you want my overall opinion where you should put your money, I am not a financial advisor, but somewhere I would be looking is Ripple and Stellar because they are very strong coins and they are still undervalued. Now, we're seeing Bitstamp is pushing the $11,500. This is very, very strong. We went from red to green, which is very strong. It shows bears have lost power. Bears are losing power in the signs where they've had the strength, which is showing bulls are strong, which is showing that my overall hypothesis of the market and my thesis is proving to be true. It's no like magical formula. It's about obviously like Jesse Livermore said, the best way to prove he's right is putting your money behind it. And the guy I have quoted on the screen there is one of the best investors in my opinion of all time. He ended up killing himself. But anyway, read The Reminiscence of the Stock Operator. Very good book. I'm 21 years old. This is something you can all learn. It's not hard. I love numbers. I love math. I love all this, and this is the beauty. This is beauty because this is a game of probabilities. There's no certain things, and I love that. I love taking risks. I don't work for anyone. I do work for myself, and I want to push to you guys. You can make money out of these markets. I simply put 10% of my DoorDash money. I'm a DoorDash driver outside of school, work, and YouTube. I put 10% of that income into cryptocurrency throughout the month of late November, early December, and I made about 2.3 grand, roughly 2.4 grand out of that $300 plus some referral money. So let's say I tripled my investment because in rough terms I had like $800 and I made $2,400 because of the referral money. Obviously, loss and factors played in, but 3 times my money over the course of the bull run, and then I took out $1,000, put that in the stock market, and obviously paid bills, loans, all that, and I bought back the dip. And I've actually been very successful in the past about month and a half with paying off my debts and all that good stuff. So I want to let you guys know there is opportunity out there. Make sure you capitalize on it. Cryptocurrency is not going anywhere. If you fail to realize that, I feel bad for you because you'll be the person 10 years, like now, you'll be the person saying you wish you bought Amazon or Tesla 10 years ago, and it's going to happen again, especially if the stock market does crash. We'll see probably, cryptocurrency market boom, but I don't see the stock market crashing. We're in the midst of a correction. Anyway, I just want to let you guys know, follow YouTubers who remain consistent off their opinions. One very very good YouTuber I really recommend you guys watch, on top of what I do is Alessio Rastani. He's a good, trader, both cryptocurrency and stock market. Very good guy. He stays true to his opinions and his thoughts, and I think you should very much watch this guy. And he didn't tell me to say that. I'm just letting you guys know. He's a good trader. Follow people who know what they're talking about. Read books. Read about candlesticks. If you're unaware and you're in the market, please make yourself aware of what's going on. Learn about these candlesticks, learn about resistance, support, all this good stuff. It'll take you about 4 months, 5 months to really get it down, and then start using your money to make more money, and that's how the game works. I will be doing a video. I will be uploading the Ripple XRP interview with the Coinbase CEO on Fast Money. So stay tuned for that. It should be very interesting. I suggest really looking into Ripple and XLM. It's going to get very hot. The markets are heating up. This next week should be fun. I'll be covering it in full extent. So make sure to turn on your notifications. Stay subscribed. I'm about to go to work. The hustle don't stop, boys. So be prepared. Let's make some money and prove all the naysayers wrong. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your Sunday. Make sure to stay tuned to the channel for more awesome videos. You guys know we stay consistent on this channel. I like to educate all my viewers on what's going on. And that's really all I have for you guys. So I hope you guys have a great Sunday. Stay tuned for more awesome videos, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a great Sunday, guys.